Okay, time for an update. I'm back in my yard. So delivered the load yesterday, but it was a very long delivery. I told them that I spent the night in Michigan, right, near the border, and I told them I can be there probably around 9 o'clock. And they said that consignee advised them do not be there too early because they were having some issues with the crane. So my agent says somewhere around lunchtime, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere there. I said okay. And so I crossed the border, everything is good. All the scales were closed in Ontario. I didn't hit any scales, so no tickets, no fines. But this definitely was a much easier load than like this, what do you call it, car body was a much easier load than that crazy superstructure. And so yeah, and so I was at the consignee, like not too far from here, at 10:30. Okay, and so I'm sitting there because I know I was too early, and then probably closer to 12 o'clock I try to find somebody, and they have a very funny system over there. Like, you cannot enter unless you have a special key, right? One of those, basically employees only. Like everywhere it says no solicitation, no soliciting. And I keep sitting there. Finally I started calling the numbers on my bill of lading, and it goes to Alberta. And then I said, okay, and then they give you a choice there. The voicemail system says, okay, for Ontario location, press this. So finally I get a hold of the guy, my contact, and he says, well, I told your boss that we won't be able to unload until late afternoon. And I called my agent. I said, hey, James, you know about this? Well, they said after lunch they will unload you after lunch. I said, okay, well, it's 12 o'clock now. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, 12 o'clock, no crane. 1 o'clock, no crane. 2 o'clock, no crane. 3 o'clock, no crane. 4 o'clock, no crane. Like, what is late afternoon, right? So I emailed the agent. I said, hey, first of all, I want detention because you told me lunchtime, right? This is already 4. This is not lunchtime. And secondly, I need to unload today because, I mean yesterday, because I said I cannot have this on my deck on the next day because I planned a visit to the manufacturer of my Jeep and the booster, right? And take care of the Jeep, take care of the booster. Like this today, Thursday, was already pre-planned. People were counting on me to show up, right? And so I told this guy, I said, if you don't unload me, I will charge you $1,000 US, okay? No, you will be unloaded today. Okay, 4 o'clock, no crane. 5 o'clock, no crane. So, and every hour I keep sending him an email. Update, no crane. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock, no crane. So I called the guy again, my contact over there, through Alberta. So I said, hey, well, he says, I told you the crane was on the way from Toronto. And Toronto to that place, it's about 90 kilometers, 56 miles. Okay, there's traffic, right? But I said, last time we talked it was 3 o'clock, now it's 6. Does it take 3 hours to do 90? I said, I don't care, I will wait. I want to make sure that you unload me today. I cannot have this crane on my deck tomorrow. I'm not coming back tomorrow, okay? No, they will unload you today. All right, then finally at 7:10, 10 after 7, I see the huge crane and the accompanying him like a tractor trailer with counterweights and stuff like that. Same guys that unloaded me before. And I said, and I went to them, I said, guys, they told you, right, you have to unload me. Yeah, we know, okay. And so they were in such a rush because everybody was already pretty much going home, right? They unloaded me like in 30 minutes. And my challenge was with the Jeep, I had to back like real close. They were saying, this is the crane. He says, you have to be like this far from the crane. Otherwise, he says, I have to increase the amount of my counterweights, and that will take time. He says, if you want it quick, be as close as possible. And so I started, running around, taking my chains off, and that's it. They signed my paperwork, and I took pictures of that piece on the ground, sent it to the broker. The broker is happy, and they promised me $250 detention but now they're saying you need to do more paperwork. I need to, you know, get set up as a carrier with the first broker, because there was 2 brokers involved. I said, you know what, forget it. Like, I don't want to spend, you know, I need some time off. I don't want to sit there for an hour in front of a computer and fill out the paperwork to get $250. I said, forget it. So this the main fee I'm getting paid today. I think it should be already in my account. My factoring company sending me the money, and so yeah, I got up at 5 o'clock. I could not sleep here because I had the Jeep, right? I had the Jeep. So I slept at the Walmart over there. My car was here, and then I got up at 5 o'clock, started driving at 5:45, and 8 o'clock I was in Keswick at the JC trailer plant. And I kept it, that's why I kept the Jeep specifically, so that they can see how it sits, you know. And they measured it. It's definitely different. So they said, okay, we can take care of this. Just leave the when can you leave the Jeep? And I said, well, I have a load out of Delaware. Remember that crazy pile driver I did from Las Vegas? Exactly the same, PM23, 107,000 pounds. They have this sitting in Delaware. It goes to Quebec with the same crazy boom, you know. And I know that will overload my rear because my deck is too short, you know, and I need a Jeep for that. And so I'm thinking, I'm telling JC, I said, you know, I want to do this because I negotiated a pretty good rate, but on the other hand, I know I'll be way too heavy, because if you remember that, if you watched that Las Vegas video, first we loaded that pile driver, like the end was here, and then I saw I had too much weight because of the boom. The boom was pointing that way, and there was no other way to load. And that boom was so massive, it put a bunch of weight on the trailer and not enough on the Jeep and the truck, right? And so then I started the machine myself, took all the chains off, and I moved it pretty much as far as possible. And still I was like, I had 3+1. I was about 65,000 on the Tridem and like 23 on the single. You know, not all states will give you that much weight, but over here it should work. But it's again, like, why do I have to do all these loads where, you know, then I have to be scared that I will get a ticket, you know? And so right there I told JC, I said, you know what, let's not wait. I have the Jeep here, I'm already here. It takes me 2 hours to get there anyway, so I don't want to come back here again. I said, I can leave you the Jeep right now. How long will it take you? And they said, well, we can start working on it. So 4 or 5 days. So basically what they're gonna do is, I said, what about the neck? Are you guys gonna do something about this neck? Maybe, you know, do like shorten the neck? They said, no, we look at the drawing. So on your Jeep, basically this, like, if this is the Jeep, right, this is the body with wheels and the neck. So the neck has to be increased by about 30 inches. And then the body of the Jeep has to be longer. And so once they're done with it, so they're not building the new one, they're modifying this one. So they're modifying mine. So probably a week, I don't know, 6-7 days, and I will get they will change this Jeep. It'll be a different Jeep. It'll be what was on the drawing. So I really appreciate this. I mean, I was afraid they would say, you know, too late, you waited 8 months. But the reality is that only recently I started doing heavy loads, right? That's when I noticed that the Jeep cannot transfer the weight because of the big gap in here. Just like you see now, I have this gap, right? So if I try to load anything right now, there'll be too much weight on the trailer. Why? Because the truck is too far. And so yeah, I left them the Jeep. As you can see, there's no booster, right? So the plan was, after this meeting with the JC people, to drive 4 hours north to Temisco, and then when we were wrapping up talking about the Jeep, and we agreed that they will take it, they will fix it at no cost. Then of course they see the booster sitting right here, all broken up. And they said, so what are you doing with this? Because they told me no warranty, right? I said, well, I have to go to Temisco to get it fixed. And they said, well, if you want, we can fix everything together, the Jeep and the booster. or you can take it, you know, it's up to you. And I said, wait, I don't want to drive 5 hours north, and then of course, you know, they're gonna charge me a lot of money over there to redo this booster. I mean, if you can fix it and make it stronger than before, because you know this is a 60-ton trailer, right? So I need to be able to carry 120,000 on the deck. And they said, don't worry about it, we'll fix it. I said, okay, then I can leave it. We'll leave it with you right now. They said, sure. So I was too long, you know, with the Jeep, so I unhooked the neck like this, and the Jeep was here because the booster was on the top. And then with the snack being supported on the Jeep, I backed into one of their doors, and they hooked up a ceiling crane with some difficulty because that thing started going all crazy ways, almost hit my cylinders in here, but we managed to you know, it was like getting close here. I was getting nervous, you know, that piece was like wobbly, but finally we managed to take it off. So I left it there, and then I hooked back to the trailer, and then I dropped the trailer, took the Jeep, parked the Jeep, rehooked to the trailer, and raised 2 axles. So axle 1, axle 3 is in the air. So now I'm like this, and all I gotta do now is I have to change this neck extension, because yeah, this is crazy, right? And so, but unfortunately, the guy who's usually helping me, his crane is in the shop. They're doing some kind of annual service. But so tomorrow, I'm asking him to just, he has a forklift here, just load my 36-inch flip box on the trailer, and then I'll have to drive somewhere, find somebody with an excavator or a zoom boom, you know, because I don't want to call like a real crane, because that would be too expensive. But I can find somebody with an excavator, so all they gotta do is just, you know, raise this a little bit so I can disconnect the pins. Or actually it might be easier to just to flip it and then take it off, and then take the 36-inch and put it here. And then of course I have to figure out what to do with this one. I cannot carry it with me, but the thing is that I booked well, I'm in the process of booking a load, and so I'm not doing, I sent an email to that guy with the PM23. I said, you know what, I said my Jeep is in the shop, and I cannot do this load without the Jeep. So so like after these guys showed up here, you know, after they rented this space, I see so much garbage here. Like, we never had this before, you know. There's coffee, plastic bottles, and they always throw it in here, you know. See, Tim Hortons water. It was much cleaner before these guys showed up. Gulf Line Group, some Indian outfit. So anyway, yeah, I don't need this, I don't need the Jeep, I don't need the booster. It's a Cat 330, 80,000 pounds, from Northern Ontario. So I have to drive to Northern Ontario, but then it goes to Baltimore, Maryland. The guy didn't say anything about any bonds. And I took a slight hit because he wanted to ship it before, but I was busy. And actually this guy, I started talking with him probably back when I was in Regina. Remember when I was sitting in Regina after I delivered this big track, right? And I was sitting in Regina and I was trying to find a load, and I found this one. It's in Thunder Bay, Northern Ontario. It's pretty far from here. It's like 1,000 miles, but what do you do? And I was, back then I was also almost 1,000 miles, and they was having some issues with the paperwork. So the guy bought this used excavator from an auction, and they were having some issues, and so I could not sit there and wait, and so I went home, right? And now I already did 2 more loads, and only now this guy emails me, are you still interested in that load? And I'm like, what, you still didn't move it? It's been a month. He says, yeah, they had some issues with paperwork, with payments. The customer was, you know, having trouble. So finally it's ready. And it's the same price. But now I'm here, well, I'm the same distance from the Thunder Bay as when I give him that quote, but he doesn't want to give me any extra money. But it's still, it's a pretty good price for 80,000 pound machine. And so yeah, for that one I only need a quad trailer, because I could do it with a 3-axle trailer if my trailer was lighter, but the 60 ton, I'm 60,000 pounds empty, and that's 80, so 60, 80 and 140. I'm gonna bring, you know, 4 axles, but I really wanna change, the neck, because this one I just don't like it. It's gonna push too much weight on the back, and I'm gonna be too long, right? So we'll figure something out tomorrow. Oh, and I also need to change the shims in the deck, because these red shims I have in now, those are really for like 115, 120,000 pounds, because I see like the curve in the back is too steep going down, and it raises the rear of the trailer, you know. So I want to switch back to the medium size, which I had before, blue. So now I have red, the biggest. I'm gonna switch back to blue. And so and that's why this guy says, oh, the excavator is ready now. I said, no, I thought you said for Monday at first. Right now he says ready now, but I'm 1,000 miles away. I said, you know what, I'm thinking to myself, I want some rest, you know. Even though I didn't work too hard, I was mostly sitting on my butt waiting for permits, but it feels like, you know, you feel tired because you're sitting there, you're anxious, you want to get going, it stresses you out. So now I just want to relax for a couple of days. And so today's Thursday, so I told this guy, no, I want to load Monday, okay? So then I can leave Saturday, Sunday I'll do 1,000 miles, and Monday I pick up. And I told him, I never worked with you before, your credit is not very good as a broker, so let's do COD or wire transfer. And he agreed. And so that's what we're doing. So today and tomorrow, kind of like semi-relaxing, but I need to find a way to change the neck, and I need to change the shims on the deck. Might do a different video about that one. And I need to do my books, my bookkeeping for July, send in my HST, sales tax return, and I guess that's it. So yeah, so that's the good news. So the Jeep is being repaired, the booster is being repaired. Very thankful to JC Trailer, because, you know, stuff happens, mistakes happen, and very thankful that they were able to accommodate me at no charge. So really looking forward to getting a new bigger Jeep and remade, re-engineered booster. So stay tuned. Might do another video tomorrow when we're changing shims in the deck, because that can be tricky, and I'll have to operate these huge wrenches, right, that I have now. So I hope it might work. Catch you later.